So hi there students, welcome back to another video lesson. So this will be our last video lesson for this quarter for grade 7 mathematics. So since na-discuss ko na po yung topics on Polygon, so for this video lesson, i-focus natin yung discussion natin through solving word problems involving sides and angles of a polygon. So let us start. Of course, our lesson objective is to solve word problems involving sides and angles of a polygon. So without further ado, let us have the first problem. So what is the measure of the interior angles of an octagon? What about the measure of the interior angles of a 25-sided polygon? Okay, so yung formula po natin to find the measure of an interior angle of a regular polygon is equal to 180 degrees times the quantity of n minus 2 all over n. Okay, so dun muna tayo sa octagon. So, yung octagon po is a 8-sided polygon. Okay, so therefore n is equal to 8. So measure of angle I. So yung I po dyan is yung interior angle. So 180 degrees times 8 minus 2 all over 8. Next, 180 degrees times the difference of 8 and 2 is 6 all over 8. Next, we'll just multiply 180 degrees and 6. So the product will be 1080 degrees. And then we will divide it by 8. So the measure of an interior angle of an octagon, a regular octagon, is equal to 135 degrees. So 1080 divided by 8 is 135 degrees. Now, what about a 25-sided polygon? So same procedure, lagyan natin ng line. So measure of angle or interior angle is equal to 180 degrees times the quantity of n minus 2 all over n. So 180 degrees times 25 minus 2 all over 25. So 180 degrees times 25 minus 2, that is 23. And then all over 25. Now, we'll just multiply 180 degrees by 23. So 180 degrees times 23 is equal to 4,140 degrees. And then divide by 25. So our final answer will be 165.6 degrees. Ayan. So that is the measure of a 25-sided polygon. So let us have problem number 2. How many sides does a regular polygon have if the measure of an interior angle is 165 degrees? So, given po yung sukat ng isang interior angle ng ating regular polygon, so we are asked to find the number of sides. So, ano ang kinalaman ng interior angle na to sa pagkuha natin ng sides? So, magagamit po natin yan para makuha yung exterior angle. Kasi yung exterior angle ang talagang makakatulong para malaman natin kung ilan yung sides ng regular polygon na hinahanap natin. So, diba, yung sukat ng interior angle tsaka yung sukat na exterior angle, kapag pinag-add natin yun, the sum is always 180 degrees. What is the reason behind? It's because they are linear pair. They form linear pair. So, adjacent sila at the same time, supplementary. So, now we will substitute the measure of an interior angle which is 165 degrees. So, 165 degrees plus the measure angle, exterior angle is equal to 180 degrees. Now, we will substitute 165 to both sides. So, 180 degrees minus 165 degrees, this will give us 15 degrees. So, 15 degrees is the measure of an exterior angle of the regular polygon that we are looking for. Now, how to find or determine the number of sides of the regular polygon using the measure of the exterior angle? So, ganito lang po siya. N is equal to 360 degrees. So, ito po kasi yung sum ng all exterior angles, 360 degree, regardless kung ano man ang bilang ng sides ng polygon na yon. And then, we will divide it by the measure of an exterior angle of the polygon. So, 360 degrees, and then we will substitute the measure of the exterior angle of the polygon, which is 15 degrees. So, if we will divide 360 degrees by 15, we will get a quotient of 24. Now, what is 24? So, 24 is the number of sides of the regular polygon that we are looking for. Okay, so pwede po naman natin yung i-check. Okay, so like for example, so the measure of the interior angle can be obtained using the formula 180 degrees times n minus 2 all over n. Okay, so what is the measure of the interior angle? Given siya, no? So, hindi natin siya hinahanap. Chine-check natin kung tama nga na 24 sides nga yung ating regular polygon. Now, 180 degrees times n. So, the value of n is 24 minus 2 all over 24. So, 165 degrees is equal to 180 degrees times 24 minus 2, that is 22, all over 24. Next. So, multiplying 180 degrees and 22, this will give us a product of 3,960 then over 24. So, our last step will be, we will divide 3,960 by 24. So, if we will divide 3,960 by 24, our answer will be 165 degrees. So, in-apply natin yung formula, nakuha natin 165 degrees is equal to 165 degrees. Therefore, the answer to our question, our problem is correct, which is 24. So, number of sides is 24. So, let us have problem number 3. So, the sum of the interior angles of a polygon is equal to 3,420 degrees. Solve for n. Okay, so, based from the given problem, given po yung sum ng lahat ng interior angles ng polygon. So, we are asked to find n. N is the number of sides of the polygon. So, we all know that the sum of the interior angles, so IA na lang, is equal to 180 degrees times n minus 2. Okay, so, since given yung sum ng interior angles, isa-substitute lang natin siya, that will become 3,420 degrees is equal to 180 degrees times n minus 2. Okay. So, pwede natin yan pagpalitin ng pwesto. So, 180 degrees times the quantity of n minus 2 is equal to 3,420 degrees. Now, para mas lumiit yung ating sagot, we will divide both sides by 180 degrees. Okay. Now, 180 degrees, makakancel siya. So, matitira na lang po is n minus 2. Now, 3,420 divided by 180 degrees, this will give us 19. Okay. Next, we will add 2 to both sides. So, para mawala yung minus 2 dyan. So, that will become n is equal to 19 plus 2. So, 19 plus 2 is 21. So, ibig sabihin po, yung n o yung sides ng polygon na hinahanap natin is 21. So, let's have problem number 4. Determine the number of sides of a regular polygon if all exterior angles measures 18 degrees. Okay, so we are asked to find the number of sides of a regular polygon given the measure of all its exterior angles. So that will become n is equal to 360 degrees all over the measure of the exterior angle. Okay, so substitute lang natin siya. So 360 degrees all over yung sukat ng lahat ng exterior angles ng ating hinahanap na regular polygon, which is 18. So 360 degrees divided by 18, that is equal to 20. So ibig sabihin, yung number of sides of a regular polygon that we are looking for is 20. So let's have problem number 5. So find the value of x if AB is equal to 5x minus 3 and CD is equal to 3x plus 11. So dito, given po naman yung ating figure. So yung figure natin is a parallelogram. Okay, so given yung AB, so AB, ito siya, that is 5x minus 3. And then, ito naman yung CD or DC, 3x plus 11. So, parallel po yung dalawang sides na yan. Kaya, equal po ang sukat. So, that is AB is equal to CD. Okay, so ang gagawin lang natin, solve lang natin siya na parang linear equation. So, AB magiging 5x minus 3 equals CD 3x plus 11. Now, we will subtract 3x and add 3 to both sides. So, magiging 5x minus 3x is equal to 11 plus 3. So, ang technique lang naman dyan, basta nagtatranspose tayo or naglilipat tayo ng mga terms, mga numbers, make sure na pinapalitan natin yung sign. So, otherwise, magiging mali po ang ating sagot. Now, 5x minus 3x, that is 2x, equals, the sum of 11 and 3 is 14. So, dividing both sides by 2, so x is equal to 7. So, the value of x is equal to 7. Now, kung ang sukat naman ng AB or CD ang ating hinahanap, we'll just simply substitute. Okay, so, alimbawa ito. So, in place of x, 7. So, 5 times 7, that is equal to 35. Minus 3, 32. So, 32 units. Next, dito naman sa 3x plus 11. So, dito tayo sa 3x. 3 times 7 is 21. Plus 11, this will also give us 32 units. So, therefore, AB is equal to CD. Now, problem number 6. So, find the value of x and y. Okay, so dito, again, figure na naman po ang ating given. So, hindi lang po kasi naman word problems ang ating mga given. So, yung ating figure is an irregular pentagon. Okay, so why is it irregular pentagon siya? It's because hindi naman po lahat ng sides niya ay equal. So, magkakaiba po ang sukat ng kanilang mga sides, ng kanyang sides. Okay, so kailangan alam lang natin dito kung ano yung sum ng interior angles ng isang pentagon. Okay, so that is sum of IA o interior angles that is equal to 180 degrees times n minus 2. So 180 degrees times n, that is 5 minus 2. So 180 degrees times 5 minus 2, that is 3. So kung multiply natin yan, ang sagot po ay 540 degrees. Now, given yung sukat ng apat na interior angles, we are asked to find x. Okay. So, paano natin makukuha yung value ng x? Okay. So, ganito lang. Add lang natin lahat. So, x plus 94 degrees plus 146 degrees plus 131 degrees plus 55 degrees is equal to the sum of the interior angles of the pentagon, which is 540 degrees. So x plus, so i-add po natin lahat ng apat na yan. So 94 plus 146 plus 131 plus 55. So that is equal to 426 degrees equals 540 degrees. Now, we will subtract 426 to both sides. So that will become 540 degrees. X is equal to 540 degrees minus 426. So upon subtracting, our answer will be 114 degrees. So ito po yung value ng x. So i-label natin dito 114 degrees. So mati-check naman natin na mali ang sagot natin or tama ang sagot natin kapag chinek natin. So again, so in place of x dito, palitan lang natin ng 114 degrees. And then kailangan 540 degrees is equal to 540 degrees. Now, for the value of y naman, so since etong 55 degrees na to, tsaka etong y na to, they form linear pair. So, supplementary sila. Adjacent and supplementary sila. So, ang gagawin lang natin, 55 degrees plus y is equal to 180 degrees. Yun kasi yung sum kapag pinag-add natin yung sukat ng angles na yan. So, that will become y is equal to 180 degrees minus 55 degrees. So, y is equal to 125 degrees. So, yan po yung value ng y. So, ayan. We have the value of x, which is 114 degrees, and the value of y, which is 125 degrees. So, for our last problem, two angles are complementary. If the measure of one angle is 30 less than 3 times the other, find the measure of the two angles. Okay, so diba, two angles are complementary if the sum of these angles is 90 degrees. So dito, kailangan nating i-form yung ating equation. So we will be using x, the variable x. So let x be the first angle. And then, yung second angle naman natin, based dyan sa ating problem, the measure of one angle is 30 less than 3 times the other. Okay, so how are we going to translate this verbal phrase into a mathematical phrase. So 30 less than 3 times. So we have there the keyword less than. That is subtraction. So 30 less than 3 times, that is 3x minus 30. So this will be the second angle. Now, we will form the equation now that will become x plus 3x minus 30 equals 90 degrees. Okay, so x plus 3x, that is 4x, minus 30 is equal to 90. And then we will add 30 to both sides. That will become 4x is equal to 90 plus 30. So, rewrite lang natin dito. So, 4x is equal to, the sum of 90 and 30 is equal to 120 degrees. So, dividing both sides by 4. So, x is equal to 30. Ayan. So, ibig sabihin, yung isang angle natin, ang sukat niya ay 30 degrees. Next, yung pangalawa naman, 3x minus 30, substitute lang natin, 3 times 30 degrees minus 30. So, 3 times 30, that is 90, minus 30. That will become 60 degrees. So, ito ang sukat ng ating second angle. So, if we're going to add 30 degrees and 60 degrees, the sum is 90 degrees. Therefore, these angles are complementary talaga. Okay, so, the measure of the two angles are 30 degrees and 60 degrees. So, since this will be our last video lesson for quarter 3, of course, for the next video lesson, we'll now move on to quarter 4 video lessons. So for the last quarter of grade 7 mathematics, we will focus our discussions on statistics and probability. So just like geometry, statistics and probability are branches of mathematics. So ano ba yung statistics na yan, ano ba yung probability na yan, i-discuss ko po yan sa ating mga susunod na video lessons. So that's all. Thank you.